Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hayesy on Nova.
Jodes, I'm seeing the same headline more and more often, and each time I see it, it shocks me less.
What is it?
And as because I'm a parent of a 5 and a 3-year-old, here's the headline. Mum slammed after putting toddler on a leash. Is that shocking? Not anymore for me. Via social media, mum of one, Rachel Butcher, has hit back at critics after using a common parenting tactic to prevent her child from running away in crowded areas. She shared a photograph of her son with a backpack on and reins attached. She explained, stopped him from running off when they were at the shops. Kids on leashes. Thoughts on it? Get involved. 13 24 10. As a youngster, and particularly without kids, I used to look at some of these kids and be like, what is going on? And parents, pull your head in. Now, I'm still not at that stage, but I'll tell you what, brothers and sisters, I'm certainly open to it.
I actually don't hate it. I mean, it's a safety thing,
It's
isn't
safe.
it?
It's super safe.
Because toddlers will run off anytime, anywhere, and you have absolutely no control over it.
Yes, like our kids are the worst, particularly your kids. Oh my gosh. Are we at that level where we can insult each other's kids?
I
yet?
think so. I think you do it quite regularly, so that's fine. But no, if you're concerned about the safety of your kid, chuck them on a leash.
Yeah. The other day, I was watching my 3-year-old daughter and just defying gravity. I don't know what was going on. She was walking on the roof, like upside down on the roof.
Sounds like Lottie.
You think kids care when you say, hey, don't run across the road like
That's
that?
dangerous.
She needs a leash.
Yeah, they genuinely don't understand danger. You have to teach them.
Yeah.
And if that involves hooking a leash onto their neck, so be it.
Yeah. So what my message would be is to the youngsters who are like, oh, geez, I would never do that. You just got to put yourself in a situation where you get a 5 and a 3-year-old. I'd like several leashes. A leash for every single occasion on my son and my daughter.
Yeah. Do you know what this is akin to? People who have never had children are like, I want 6 kids. Just have one.
No.
And then see where you sit with it.
If I had 6 kids, they'd have 3 leashes each.
I babysit 7 kids quite often, but
Yeah.
in saying that, it's usually at someone's house. I don't take them all out together.
Yeah, but
I'm in the camp of like, oh my God, that's so ridiculous. But one time I went to Arndale Shopping Centre and I walked in and there was these kids trying to climb the ice cream thing, and this guy goes, are these your children? And I was mortified. I thought, are you serious? Number 1, do I look like a mother? And number 2, do I look like I'm from the north? No, I'm not. Anyway, so they definitely needed a leash. So look, as I get older and probably once I have little tiny darling babies, I'll probably
Do you know what the
leash them.
irony of that story is? Is that you're at Arndale Shopping Centre and you were on a leash. Those kids were guiding you around.
Nobody can ever leash me.
So now you're at the stage where someone says to you when you got kids, I'll put it on a leash, and you're like,
Okay.
good idea.
Okay, sure.
That's a good idea. Every now and then, as a man, you sit there and you think, wow, what would I do in a particular situation, like a really confronting situation? Would I man up or would I just squirm out the back like a little weasel and forever feel like an absolute pussycat? Do you know what I mean?
So, for example, if you were to be confronted with someone who wanted a fight.
Yes. Or if your family was in danger,
Yes.
say someone intruded into your house.
Yeah.
I saw this this study on the weekend, which I found very, very entertaining, but also like, I wonder what sort of category I've been. It turns out that almost 10% of men think that if they got into a fist fight with a lion, that they would win. with an actual lion.
Yeah, but you might have seen that meme. In fact, I think I sent it to your wife, where there's a woman standing at the kitchen sink and that's a thought bubble. So there's 15 different thoughts about, I've got to do the kids' homework, I've got to pack the lunches, I've got to do this for work, blah, blah, blah. And then it flips to a man. It was like, could I take on a bear in a fight?
Yeah, spot on.
Is this a thing?
Yeah, absolutely is the thing. So not only do we think about it, we think, what are our chances of actually winning? And would I be brave enough to even take part in it?
Okay, all valid questions.
So there was a particular moment in my household quite recently, which I'm not proud of at all.
Yeah.
You always wonder in a split moment, say if someone broke into your house and you came face to face,
Wow.
what would you do?
Wow.
I think most blokes have thought about this, and blokes say, look, I've got weapons under the bed, or, you know, I'd punch him in the face and I'd grab him, I'd tie him up, all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
The other night, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning and it was stinking hot.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was asleep, but I don't think I was fully asleep. And you know when you wake up and you get startled and there's that sort of moment in between reality where you're still sort of half asleep.
Yep.
There was one particular moment where the mirror, and it's a big mirror in our room, fell off.
Oh, no.
So it was attached to the wall and it completely fell off, so much so that when it hit the ground, one, it's smashed, and then two, it's fallen front ways, so then it's smashed again.
Right.
So there was a small moment, like a really, really small moment, where I genuinely thought that we were getting broken into.
Yes.
So I'm in bed with my wife and my 3-year-old daughter who still sleeps with us.
Yeah.
And in my moment where I'm really tested on whether I'm going to be a man or not, and whether I'm going to protect the family, this is basically all that came out of my mouth. It was dead set a moment. It was a dead set moment. I thought we were on here. And instead of jumping out of bed and jumping into a fighting position, all I could do was go, and I had my wife, Cara, literally say to me, "Oi, calm down." It's just the mirror that's fallen off the wall. And then the next day, I think at one stage, a little bit of time had passed, and then Cara had to say, "Hey, can we just address your reaction to the mirror falling off the wall last night?" I think Cara was ready to go. Like, she cocked her fist and she was ready to go. And I was in the corner hiding behind my 3-year-old daughter.
Oh my God, I'm in tears. Do you know the worst part about this story is you put that mirror on the wall and you thought you did a great job.
Yeah, on top of that as well. Jeez, what a guy. Not handy and also an absolute pussy. Hey, remember a few days ago when we spoke about Kelly Clarkson, how she told us what she likes to do in the shower?
Remind me.
Yeah, you're a bit of a fish, aren't you? She said she likes to, and she can't help it, she likes to quite regularly urinate in the shower.
Oh, that's
Classic dirty bird Kelly Clarkson.
Classic Clarkson.
And I told you how much I like to eat in the shower and also drink beers in the shower. Mm-hmm. Because the shower's there for much more than just washing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's another celebrity that's jumped on board the shower train.
What?
And that is living your life in there. So can you take a shower with me?
Oh, God.
I highly recommend you do. Don't take this the wrong way, but come on, take us a little journey with me. Let's have a shower. Oh, there it is. Jessica Biel's the latest to come out to do something in the shower.
What does she like to do?
She's offered an insight into her daily routine by revealing her peculiar habit of eating in the shower, which is divided opinion, of course, but she's taken it the next step up. She said in a recent TikTok post that she likes to eat and drink in the shower appropriate items like cereal or yogurt, coffee, tea, popsicles, to which she said, I know, melt factor right, but safe, anything that drops, you're good. Love that from Jess.
I love your Jess Biel impression.
Oh,
good.
Basically what she's saying is you can do absolutely anything in the shower. And I mean anything. I don't think you understand what goes on in the Hayes household inside the shower.
Do I want to know while we're showering
What
together?
do you think Cara and I get up to in the shower?
Oh, wow.
What do you go and have a guess?
This escalated.
Go on, have a bit of a
Well,
guess.
are the kids home or are the kids out?
The kids, they might be home, they might be out.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you anyway. Number one, Cara and I actually got married in the shower.
What?
Which was nice. Number two, Cara gave birth to all 3 of our kids in the shower.
Yes.
That's how much we get around the shower.
Yeah.
Number 3, the kids are homeschooled.
Yep.
So we teach the kids in the shower whilst they're showering as well.
Yeah.
So basically what we do in the shower is everything except for wash ourselves.
Yeah, right.
So that's just a bit of an insight into what happens in the Hayes household.
That's a real twist on showery things, isn't it?
You can get involved as well too, you bunch of dirty birds. 0400 919 919. Because Jess Biel's come out and she's bang on board, especially the popsicle thing and the coffee thing and everything that hits the floor. I'm not sure if she's eating it once it hits the floor. The shower's a free go zone.
No, I don't. I'm not sure about eating yogurt in the shower. Like, what if the water gets into the yogurt?
Oh, I
Yuck.
can't hear you. Just turn it up a notch. Let me get that on your back there, Jodes. Jeez, what have you been doing?
I never suggest
Oh
we
my
shower
God.
together ever again.
Dirty back. Give that a bit of a scrub, please.
Stop it!
This may take a while, folks. Let's get to the break.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
Yeah, the love edition.
Yeah, the love, because we love love. But we thought we'd flick this thing on its head for Valentine's Day and talk about specifically the things that your partners do that drive you insane. I mean, we could have got around, all the lovey-dovey stuff and the beautiful romantic things, but nah, screw it.
Yeah. I mean, you need to know the things that you're doing wrong in order to delete those things so you
Yes.
can keep on going in a good direction.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So this feels like a maths experiment. So,
And we are the experts.
yes. So we have approached both of each other's respective partners and asked for a list of things that they think we do wrong in a relationship. The things that we do, i.e. you and I, that drive our partners insane.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm very, very nervous about what Greg Oddie has had to say.
Yeah. Would you like to rip the band off? You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, I've got a list right in front of me. I get straight to it. Firstly, extremely erratic. Secondly, consistently shoplifts. And third, money laundering. No, I made them up. Not sure if that's true or not. But this is Greg Oddie's list of things. Let's almost call them icks of Jody Oddie.
Okay.
Number 1, leaves garage door up and just walks inside. Oh, I'm even irritated by that. It's not
Yeah,
even
I
there.
know. Sometimes I think I've put it down, but I actually haven't. And
Yeah.
the worrying thing about that is that our garage, if it's up, goes straight into the house.
Yeah.
So anyone can walk off the laneway.
Cruise on in. How'd you get in? I just walked straight through.
Just walk straight into the open garage door.
Gets mad at me for not listening when I am listening or don't need to listen because I've heard it before. Yep. Oh, geez. I think I can understand exactly where Greg's coming from there.
Mate, he bails out mid-conversation.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's a shocker. I'll just stop talking. I go, "You're not listening, are you?" And
He's
just
got
walk
all the
away.
info he needs.
Or I'll be halfway through a sentence and he'll just walk out of the room. Like, where did that conversation go? Where are you?
He's trying to move on.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, stop living in the past, Joes. We're trying to go forward.
Yeah, right.
And lastly, from Greg Oddie, keeps signing up to play netball. Some people don't know when enough is enough. Great call, Greg. Oh, it's late night netball. Your Achilles and your ACLs must be sitting there hanging by a thread.
I know, and I just signed up for winter too.
Oh, I bet you did.
Every Saturday during
Great.
winter.
So there's your list from Greg
cool.
Oddie for you to self-improve. No doubt you'll really, really listen to that and make some adjustments.
That's right. I've been in contact with Cara Hayes and her list is extensive. I asked for 3 dot points and she's gone over and above and given me 4.
Okay, great.
So firstly, claims to be the clean, tidy one, but his tidying means throwing everything into the closest cupboard/drawer, in turn creating more mess. He's never touched a mop or spray and wipe in his life.
Excuse me very much, my beautiful wife, Cara.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Where would you find the spray and wipe in your home?
Well, it's in the home, first and foremost. Sometimes it jumps from different spots.
Does it?
I think it's under the sink. I assume it's under the sink.
Is the spray and wipe playing hide and seek with you?
Maybe. Oh, I know the kids probably put it somewhere.
This next one is infuriating. What about this? Eats the snack size packages brought specifically for the kids' lunch boxes, i.e. tiny teddies, but does so at night when no one's around, so I go to make lunches at 6 a.m. and I have nothing.
Oh, my gosh.
You're a jerk.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with that. You should see me on Friday night as well after 3 or 4 beers. The amount of tidy teddies I've murdered. An entire population in one sitting. Hundreds of them.
You're just sitting on the couch with tiny teddies in a headlock, just biting their heads off.
Oh, head first.
Okay, what about this one? Oh, this is gross. Uses my toothbrush and acts like I'm the outrageous one when I get mad or you deny doing it.
Because they're not your germs, they're not my germs, they're our germs. Okay? And just in response to all of these things,
Yes.
absolutely all of these things.
I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
We
venting
might as well
this
go
on
one
radio.
more because I would hate to leave the list incomplete.
There's a fourth, yes.
Needs me to tell him how to help when it is blatantly obvious, i.e. a full basket of washing needing folding, kids still in their PJs when we're going out, kids needing teeth brushed at bedtime. Does this poor, long-suffering wife of yours have to spell those things out to you?
Yeah, well, I need solid directions. Absolutely, I need directions.
But do you...
Don't expect me to read the room. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Wow.
Very simple creature.
Okay, they teach this in primary school, probably about year 2 or 3. It's called initiative.
And this is the problem with men across
The board.
the country,
Universally.
or the world.
Pigs, am I right? Oh, my gosh.
Let's do this. 13 24 10, please. What does your partner do that drives you absolutely insane?
What the fork?
What the fork?
The fork is happening.
We love love. What we thought we'd do is flip this script on its head and just talk to people who've been married a very, 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 very long time, or those people who have broken up and are spending it alone, those people who still have the ick over their ex. And we've asked the question this morning, what does your partner do that drives you insane?
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful open space. Maybe use this to air your problems so you can fix them and go forward.
That's good. That's good because you vent, you get it all out in the open, it's cathartic, and then you can move on.
Yeah.
And what does your partner do that drives you crazy?
Hey guys, God, I love this segment. It's amazing. I've got so many I can list. The biggest one for me, the biggest gripe I have is that with me, it's looking after my children, but for him, it's babysitting.
Yeah. Well.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey.
Wow. Emily, what's his name?
Macy.
Macy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to call it out.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Say
Do you know what? I'll just jump in the bat for the great man. I'm sure that he's learning this for the first time and he didn't even know that it was Nick of yours.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's heard about it.
Yeah. I just feel like if you, you didn't actually physically birth this child, but you had a real big part in creating them. It's not babysitting when it's your own children.
Yeah, it feels like it sometimes, though, doesn't it?
No. Oh,
jeez.
Whoa.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Whoa.
I'm just trying to contribute. What's happening?
Tim, what does your partner do that drives you insane?
Buys horses.
What?
As in like genuine horses.
You got it. Absolutely crazy. We have over 20 horses.
What?
Oh my God.
Where do you put them?
I lease 2 properties for it, and crazy. And she also has a heap of horse rugs, which I call Mount Rugmore, which never gets used.
Tim, so she'll just go out. Will she call you and say, I've seen a horse, do you mind if I buy it? Or she just does it?
Well, she says she's going out to buy a horse, and I say, yeah, that's fine. But then she comes home with 3.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, right.
Happens all the time.
Oh, God.
That's annoying. I can't even buy a beer.
Yeah.
She does that.
Imagine, Tim, if you went to buy a beer and you came back with 3. She'd be so angry.
Oh, you got it. You nailed it on the head. You're right with that.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Hey, Cherie, what does your partner do that drives you insane?
We work together, and he'll actually open up the door and just let one rip and then close the door. I've got a girl sitting next to me, and she just looks at me and she goes, honestly, they're a 12-year-old boy. And he'll just do it like multiple times a day. It's hilarious.
There you go. Hey, that's just boys being boys, isn't it? We're just trying to do our best.
Yeah, right.
Just
He
trying to do our
totally
best.
showed me he loves me.
Oh, it's a sign of affection.
It's a sign of affection.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, that's outstanding, Cherie.
I feel like all these people now are in a much happier place because they've got it off their chests.
Yeah. This is how I show my love. Show your love by squeezing it in. You know?
I feel like we have much more gas than you guys, by the way. We've got to explore more. I've never once in my life heard my wife pass wind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's going to hate me for saying that too.
Oh, God,
But,
that's weird. She calls me up all the time and farts into the phone.
I tell
You know
what.
why you have more gas? Because you're so full of it.
Yes. So true.
Oh, big cheerio and welcome to all the teachers listening this morning.
Oh, my goodness.
Geez, they do a good job.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's probably not rewarded enough.
So when you spend an inordinate amount of time with your children, God, you appreciate teachers, don't you? And because you're like, I've got 4 of them. They've got 28 in a classroom.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so right now they're sitting there just counting down the days, just rocking back and forth. Oh, school's back on Monday. Oh, my God. Oh, no. What about this? A teacher in the US has sparked an online debate by sharing a list of 32 banned words in her classroom.
Yeah.
She said, her name's Miss T, if you get caught using these words, you'll write a short essay explaining why you chose to use these words in an academic setting to express yourselves. Basically saying, be better.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear some of the words?
Yeah. But 4 words you don't want to hear from a teacher. Go write an essay.
Yeah. Go write an essay. That's 4 words.
Thank you.
There you go.
Did it in my head
Hang on,
real
isn't
quick.
essay 2 words? I'm just joking. Even I know that. Oh, I made it past year 8. Here's some of the words. There's 32. Not going to go through all of them. Number 1 is bruh.
Oh, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
Excuse me, bruh. That makes sense.
Yep.
Number 3, which I'm still getting my head around, is ooh, wee ski yee. Ski, I'm reliably told, is a song by Sexy Red.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Number 6 is That's Cap. That's
Yep.
very American, isn't it?
Yep.
Number 9, Oh My God, Miss T. Oh my God, Miss T.
Oh, my God.
Number 11, On My Mama. Number 20 was Gang Gang. 27, I'm just trying to imagine kids saying this in the classroom as well. Number 27 was Big Dog. So you can imagine there's some, when Miss T, and she's probably hyper intelligent as well, just trying to educate the future.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she hears a ski. You would drive her around the bend.
We've got an expression in our home that I can't quite get my head around. I'm reliably informed it's from TikTok, but there's a lot of this because I obviously live with, a lot of girls.
Yeah.
This one. Slay girly pop.
Oh my gosh.
What is it?
Don't make me dislike your kids, because right now I love them.
They'll say it to me all the time, slay girly pop. I'm like, what? I don't know. What is it? But
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Slay girly pop.
Well, slay means like sort of go off, and girly pop I think is someone who's pretty cool, like pretty chilled.
Right.
Has a nice attitude.
Okay. Yeah, the girls. And ages, what are we talking to your girls once again? Just remind
So
people.
it's the oldest ones.
Yeah.
Oh, no, even the 4-year-old says it. So 4, 10 and 12. Slay girly pop.
Right, okay. So slay girly pop band in your house? Or keep it to a minimum?
I wish, but it's only because I half think that they're calling me cool that I allow it to go through to the keeper.
Like what she is, mum's dancing again. She has no idea what's going on. She's like, look at the big dog go.
Oh, God.
In our house, we've banned all references to KFC. The marketing has absolutely gripped our kids.
Right.
So this is Lottie very casually on the couch.
Yeah.
It sounds so crazy. I don't care. I love it.
So they think that's cool.
Oh,
They genuinely think that's cool
It
right
is
now.
cool
to
and
cruise
cute.
around and say that.
that's so sweet. Play that again, please.
It sounds so crazy. I don't care. I love it.
And loves throwing in a shut up and take my money as well.
I love it how she's like, I love it. She doesn't love it. She woves it.
This is the only KFC references accepted in our house.
Honey, do you think KFC's still open?
Perfectly reasonable question from old school back in the day. Hey, if you've got some, 0400 919 919, what are the words that are banned in your house? Because sometimes kids, and if you give them, I know sometimes when Henry says something and I'll slightly giggle
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm on here.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear this for the
Yeah.
next 2 to 3 months.
There's a lot of this in our house. You can say that in here, but don't say it outside
you
the
can't
house.
trust that they're going to stick to those rules.
I know.
Jody and Hayesy. Song.
Yes. I mean, sure, we're competitive. And sure, there's a $100 pasta voucher up for grabs, but it doesn't need to be this personal. We'll say that much.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Jody's watch is going off as well.
Is that because my heart beats so high?
maybe.
Is it genuine?
It's asking you if you're having a heart attack.
Well, no. Okay. People think we muck around during this, but I honestly get anxious
You do?
because I can't cope with the aftermath when you win and you carry on. Because
My shirt gets itchy. That's why I take it off.
the urge to punch you in the face is so overwhelming to me.
I dodge it.
Okay. Let's
Enough.
go
Yeah, please.
Come on.
Even I admit that I'm very obnoxious in this space.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's at least
extremely
you're
obnoxious.
self-aware. It's good.
I just said to him, if you win, don't carry on. Don't carry on. And you went, I will.
Yeah, but every time I'm over the top, I always lose.
Yeah, that's
so that
true.
that actually sits well with you if I'm really
You're off
carrying
to
on
a
before
bad
even
start.
start.
Well,
Okay.
let's hope you both straighten up and get on with it
All right,
because
producer Zoe, let's
there
go.
is a faster pasta voucher on the line.
Yep.
Same as always, Nova hits, throwbacks, orchestralised. We've got Sarah. Sarah has picked Jodie before and
No,
been
I'm
burnt,
sorry,
so
Sarah.
she's gone with Hayesy today.
So I don't blame you.
You know what, Sarah? I'm glad to be your runner-up. That's completely fine. welcome, finally. Welcome to the good side.
Thank you.
And
good luck.
Good luck, Sarah, and I hope that your fearless captain, Andrew Hayes, is gracious if he does, in fact, take out the
very
victory.
much doubt it.
Let's gloat together, Sarah.
Well, Jodes, on your team, you've got Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
Let's go, Joe. Be
Okay.
ruthless.
All right, thank
yeah,
you.
be
Ruthless.
ruthless,
All right,
Jodes.
okay, I like these pep talks. Thanks,
I like
Daniel.
it a lot. Really supportive listeners.
Yes.
All right.
Right on. All right.
Song number 1. Let's go.
Here we go. What the hell
listen.
Hayesy.
Go on, what is it?
This would be, you got it?
Yeah.
The Black Eyed Peas.
Song name?
I got a feeling.
Yeah, he's got it.
So what? Okay, this is interesting. Why halfway through did you have to turn to me and go, don't dance like that. Don't dance like a stripper.
I'm so glad this isn't visual.
Hang on. What do you mean? What was your question there? Sorry, I distracted
So why
myself.
halfway through did you have to stop and look at me in the eye and say, have you got it? When you knew you had it.
Don't worry. Come on. Enough.
Hey, Zoe, pull her in the line, please.
No, you shush. We're going to move on because Joe's redemption is around the corner.
Yes.
It's right around the corner. Okay. Song number 2.
No idea.
Come on, Jones.
Hayesy.
What? Go on. Song name, artist?
That is.
3.
What are you doing?
2. I'll count you down.
It is Vanessa Carlton.
Song name?
1,000 Miles.
Yeah, he's got it.
Genuinely how long though? Like honestly how long? Honestly how long?
No one is supporting me in this team, so all I'll say is, Sarah, we did it, baby.
Yes, baby.
No, I'm really angry about this
No,
one.
okay.
That was a good 10 seconds.
I looked at you, Jones. You didn't have it.
No, how do you know? I genuinely had it. But I was waiting for him, but he took 10 to 15 seconds then, and I'm going to run a timer over it, and I'm going to
as
protest.
the adjudicator, are you going to allow this? As the adjudicator, are you going to allow this?
I've said it before. I'll say it again. No adjudicating the adjudicator. All of you.
Good call. Hey, do you want to play the last one just for...
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
No,
Definitely, Jones.
no,
Come on.
No, I will refuse.
just for you know what and gigs?
No, I absolutely will not. And I'm contemplating an email to the International Song Federation.
Great.
Because that was a joke.
Well, just be warned, the federations have been a little bit tardy recently. It might take 7 to 8 days for you to get back.
Really?
Okay.
Might. You know what? It does make things a little bit more interesting, though, because it's been 4-4, but now it's 5-4 in favour of Hayesy.
Yes, there you go.
Hayesy.
It's all happening. What a beautiful day it is today, isn't it? Yes, nice.
Let's talk about this, and I want everyone to get involved on 13 24 10. Checking your partner's phone. Text from one of our beautiful listeners saying, it's an anonymous one, saying, I would love to know what people think about going through your child's phone and what age it's not appropriate anymore.
Ooh, that's a very interesting one.
Ooh, spicy. And it reminded me of a conversation. I was in Telstra for the better part of 2 hours the other day, upgrading my phone. And I was listening to a 17-year-old girl in a conversation with her dad. Now, he was obviously buying her phone and data. And so it got to the point where she was like, and she's got her hand up in her dad's face, like, stop. And he's going, listen, I have enough data on my phone. She's like, yeah, but I use it for work. And he's going, listen, I have the same amount of data and I use it for work all day, every day, and that's enough. And she's like, yeah, but you don't need to check Instagram.
Got you there, Dad. Checkmate. Well done.
Which brings me to my point on this. I think if you're paying for your child's phone, you can check that thing whenever and however you want to however old they are.
Okay, that's very, very
Because
interesting.
it's technically your phone.
Yeah, 13 24 10. What age is appropriate to stop looking at your kid's phone? My kids are only 5 and 3. They don't have mobile phones yet. They're sort of dabbling in some iPad use, bit of tablet use. And Henry knows how to send text now via the iPad.
Oh.
He only sends them to me and Mum, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I sort of wonder what happens if I just sort of let him go and didn't text or check his phone or his tablet at all, because if you don't keep up to date with what's going on, all of a sudden you just sort of 14 to 15 years go by and all of a sudden you got one of these little fellas on your hand.
Say my name, Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
That's how it starts, ladies and gentlemen. You can never be too careful. Little Heisenberg.
I have to say, I did have a parent approach me from one of the extracurricular activities that one of my kids does outside work, and she said, you might want to check the group chat because there's a bit going on.
Yeah, that's where they really let loose.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm a little bit afraid to check it sometimes because I don't really know if I'm going to like what I'm going to find.
He's bagging you.
Yeah, my mum's such a behind.
13, 24, 10. What age is appropriate to stop looking at your kid's phone?
Yeah, I genuinely think if you're paying for that phone, then it's practically yours and you can have access to it whenever. And it is really important to check what your kids are up to online because, you know, the internet is not a safe space.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
I'm not really sure. For example, what we discovered when we were at school as well, even though there were filters on the Google search engines, if you spaced out the letters, it would get through.
Wow.
And then you'd be able to look at sports websites. In 2014. What age is appropriate to stop looking at your kids' phones? We'll take calls next.
We're talking about should you check your partner's phone. I would love to know what people think about going through your child's phone and what age it's not appropriate anymore. I reckon if you're paying for that thing, you've got full access for as long as you like.
It's fair.
Hey, Claire.
Hi.
What do you think? How old are you for a start?
I'm 24.
Okay.
No, I completely agree with you. I think that if your parents are paying for your phone, that they can go into it.
Yeah.
I never got a phone until I was 18. My parents wouldn't let me have one until I could pay for it myself.
Yeah.
So they never checked my phone. But if I went out somewhere, I just had a little Nokia brick that I had to hand in when I got back.
That's so cute.
What sort of Nokia did you have, by the way? Was it a big old 5110?
No, but it was a brick. Like I couldn't do anything but text mum and dad on it and say, "Can you come pick me up?" Because I didn't know how to use it.
You can't get up to no good on the internet on an old school Nokia.
And
There's
she's
nothing
playing.
going on.
She's playing Tetris too.
Yeah, she's playing Snake.
Yeah, cool.
Trying to crack 1,000.
Oh,
That's what the big dogs were doing.
Thank you, Claire. Let's go to Jack from Highbury. Jack, what are your thoughts on this one? How old are your kids when you stop checking their phone?
I reckon 15. 16 is a bit of a milestone for a lot of things. So 15, I'll stop checking your phone. I'll stop thinking about it. You can, start to become an adult after that.
Okay. Jake, you've got 3 daughters, ages?
Yeah, so they are 11, 6 and 1. So I got my hands pretty full.
Oh, yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do.
You got to be pretty on the ball, Some people say it's not your right to do that, rah, rah. I say, well, I had the kid, she's my daughter, so until they're 18, I make the decisions.
Yeah, okay.
I'd argue, Jack, that your wife technically had the kid.
Well, hey, they come out at me too.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. It takes 2 to tango.
Yes, so true. Thank you, Jack. Let's go to Danny from Sky. Hey, Danny.
Hi, how you going?
Good. What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I'm a school teacher, so I spend a lot of my time supporting kids and families with social media issues.
Yeah.
And I'm a really strong believer that you should be checking your kids' phones until they are 18.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So you should be having the same passwords. You should be regularly checking their phones. And if you build up a relationship, I've got 2 teenagers at home, and they'll come and tell me, and they'll ask me, is this okay? I got this message, what should I do? So if you build up that trusting relationship, it's really important.
So good. Because I guess, Danny, one of my biggest fears as a parent is that there's some bullying stuff going on behind your back and your kid's the recipient of it and they're not saying anything. I bet you've seen a fair bit of that.
Absolutely. They don't want to dob on their friends, but, if they're true friends, they wouldn't have sent the message in the first place.
Oh, so true, Danny.
There you go. Wise words.
Yeah.
From Danny.
That time we had a voice of reason on this show.
Oh, it feels good. It's quite refreshing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Definitely a key message in all of this, I think. And 2 very, very key words. What? Private browsing. Jodes, whether you're paying a mortgage or you're trying to get into the rental market, it's really, really tough out there.
Yeah, it is extremely tough to find a rental property at the moment. There's a rental crisis, Andrew Hayes.
Yes, and particularly in Melbourne and Sydney, and you see some of these open houses and there's like hundreds of people looking at, say, one room.
Oh, no, that would be so disheartening.
This little story has gone viral on the internet about a certain gentleman from the States who's renting, I think it's in Sydney, and it's really drawn some interesting opinions, not just from his housemates, but the public in general. He's asked his housemates to cover the water, gas and electricity bills while he takes a 3-month holiday. Bear in mind, he's still paying rent. He just doesn't want to pay the extra bills.
Right.
He's also said, though, I will chip in and I'll pay my share of the internet, but the other bills I shouldn't have to pay because I'm not there.
Well, my first thought on this is quite emotional. Like, la-dee-da, you're taking a 3-month holiday and yet you don't want to pay your water bill. come on, man.
Wow, that's actually quite a point.
Yeah.
Your experience in the rental market?
No, I haven't. Well, I was just explaining to you off air that I was married at 21, 22. So I basically went from home straight into the marital home. So I haven't had a lot of experience in this area, but I would assume that if you're sharing a house, you need to share the responsibilities and utilities.
Yeah. So what, you think that he should have to pay even though he's not there using the appliance? He's not using water, he's not using electricity?
I kind of do, because it's like swings and roundabouts. At some stage, someone else might go on a holiday. And then they turn around and go, I'm not paying electricity.
Yes.
And they're going to say it exactly like that.
Yeah, no, you're like, it's like, speak English. We can't understand what you're saying. For goodness sake, maybe write it down.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? These things just work in waves. Sometimes someone's going to pay more, sometimes someone's going to pay less. Am I right, Abs?
Yes and no.
No, I thought you were going to say that.
In my experience, which there's been a lot, if I ever was to go back and rent now with people, I'm a fan of like split the whole lot up and pay weekly. And what I mean by that is you don't pay for the room that you're in. You look at the whole house and you go, how much is the house costing us? How much is bills costing us? Let's split that up and let's pay X amount every week so that it's all covered no matter what.
Right.
I'm not a fan. I look back at all the issues I've had with living with people and there was always problems with bills would come in, people wouldn't pay them on time, people owed you, that sort of thing. So the last few places I stayed in Queensland, it was always your rent and your bills, and it was, say it was rent was $250, covered your bills a week, and that's what you paid.
Okay. Well, that seems fair and reasonable.
Yeah, which I think is fine. But yes, he's not there, but bad luck. Like, he's still living out of home. I think he's still got to pay it.
What if it blows out? Like, say, if you're trying to cover everything, but you use more water, for example, you have a little tears and beers night on a Friday night, just 45 to an hour in the shower, rocking back and forth, drinking beers in a ball.
Maybe
you're using more water.
Maybe
you just described your last Friday night.
It was my Friday night too, Hayesy. Maybe he's got to say, look, while I'm away, I pay a quarter. I don't know. This is a hard one, but my thing is just pay it all together.
Zoe's a renting expert. Producer Zoe, your thoughts on this?
I'm a share house expert for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. He doesn't have to pay bills while he's away, which I know goes against the grain, but he's not using them. Bills, in my experience, we pay bills as they come, so we split it evenly. But if I were to go away for 3 months, Eddie would cover the bills, I'd cover my rent.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Okay. What I would like is if Zoe just stopped coming to me and saying, can you pay my electricity bill? I'm a little bit short this month. That'd be so nice.
The message I got out of this is just avoid the rental market. Get yourself a Greg nice and early.